All right, good morning, everyone. We're here with our second podcast for Cleveland Sports. We're just going to do a recap of what happened last week, the disaster for the Cleveland Browns. It was quite a game, and we just knew Joe Flacco. That's why he was sitting on a couch for many, many months, because he's had his days, he's had his time in the sun, and now it's clear that we were overmatched. And Joe's a good guy, went to a couple of the games, but you could see his throws were going to be intercepted. A couple were dropped. It could have been a lot worse for the Browns, but they made it to the playoffs. So all those long-suffering Brown fans, I wish them well, because hopefully next year Deshaun Watson, the $250 million man, will get his act together. But Professor Tiddlywinks, this is Professor Tiddlywinks. He's not in his lab coat today. He isn't doing any research on sports. What do you got to say about the Browns and what happened there, my friend?
They lost 45-14. You predicted it anyway.
Yeah.
All right, got Yahoo Browns fan here. And we got Professor Tiddlywinks, but we have a special guest, a guy from Houston who's actually leaving for the game tomorrow, is here to visit us.
Well, I just had a very, very fine lunch.
Yeah, from Houston, Texas, man.
Excuse me, but these two individuals have been...
He's going to win it all, man. Stay out of prison. All right, I'm betting on my Houston team. I'm putting down 10, 20, $25,000, boys. What do you think of that?
If you got a straight check, and hook him up with some Prolixin and L'Occitane injections. This guy's been eating. He's been ingesting some diacetylmethylmorphine. I think you have.
I'm going to call the game. I'm going to call the game like I see it. See this whistle? That means holding Browns. Holding Browns. Unfortunately, interference.
I must ask you a question. I must
intervene.
Sir,
what do you need to know?
Why are you incognito? I don't quite understand why you have to.
Because if they know who I am, then I can't do the game, man.
I understand you have some burns on your face, just like David Njoku. And are you trying to make fun of this man?
He tried to pour gas in a fire. It blew up in his face, that lucky dude.
I would like you to unveil your mask and show them who
you
you are.
Brother. Oh, man, don't happen.
If those watching this, all of two of them, see who he is, brother, you will immediately recognize this individual. He is very well known.
Houston, I'm putting $25,000 on Houston. Here's his flag. You're going to see this flag a lot during the game. Holding Browns, interference.
Get out of here, you bum.
Illegal procedure. I'm going to call it all, just so you know. All
well,
right,
now you have to be impartial with these games as far as being the judge. The problem with the Browns is what happened was the game really was one in which the lack of the offensive line, they really were down to second string, third string players. They had beaten the Texans several weeks earlier. I think it was the day before Christmas, December 24th. They beat them handily with a backup quarterback that the Texans used. The fellow's name I can't even recall. I don't even think he's with the team any longer. Anyway, with the fact the game was played in Houston, the Browns had never seen Stroud, a very good quarterback, elusive quarterback.
Ohio State.
Yes, he is. And they still couldn't even beat Michigan with him. It tells you how poor the coaching was there. But anyway, they were highly motivated. They were embarrassed. Their faces were drubbed in the sand by the Browns on December 24th. They prepared for Flacco. Flacco didn't prepare. Obviously, the Browns couldn't prepare for the backup for the quarterback that played the main quarterback, Stroud, and that was the difference. And the defense for the Browns seemed to be neutralized. They practically had no defense. 45 points, and then the two interceptions. One of the interceptions was for, I think, 82 yards, 81 yards. That's a little bit of a lucky or unfortunate break for the Browns, lucky for the Texans. Very seldomly will an interception get run back for a touchdown that far. Usually when a ball is intercepted, the defensive back or whoever intercepts it runs just a few yards and gets tackled. That was unfortunate, but Flacco, I think, was a victim of circumstance. He did have a couple of errant throws, but he didn't have a very good offensive line. And
okay, Joe, we're going to take a couple calls. Ring, 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 ring.
I'm a big Browns fan for many years, and I got a question question for you. You think they should keep that knucklehead coach Stefanski, or what's your opinion on that, Professor Tiddlywinks?
It appears that Haslam is the individual that's going to keep him and his wife, Dee Haslam. Anyway, they have no recourse. There's no reason for them to fire Stefanski. They probably don't have a better coach to replace him with. They're not exactly going to bring Bill Belichick back after he was terminated at New England. So they're going to keep him. I think he did a very fine job. He's in the running for the Coach of the Year. And there's no gravity. There's absolutely no gravity to terminate him. Not at all. If any way to look at it, I would probably think he might get a bonus and a raise.
All right, that's good. Okay, thank you, caller. Now, look, we got to get to our bets of this weekend. Okay, who you calling? The Texans? Who are they playing?
They're playing the Baltimore Ravens.
All right, I don't know. What do you think? Ravens or Texans?
The Ravens.
All right.
Ravens are a better team.
10,000 on who?
The Cleveland Browns gave the Baltimore Ravens the roadmap, the plan. They gave them what is necessary to be able to.
I'm calling the upset.
They're not going to. They're going to be able to. They saw what Stroud did. He almost had a perfect game like Jordan Love. They will be able to neutralize the offensive line of the Houston Texans. Plus, it's played in Baltimore. That's a city where there's going to be some cold temperatures there.
All right, now, next game. Our man, Baker Mayfield. What a game he had, and the defense is awesome. What do you think of this? This is signed by Devon White, our buddy down there, the linebacker. Autograph ball we got as a courtesy
Personally,
from our friend
Baker Mayfield was very much disrespected and maligned in Cleveland.
Think he was a hot dog?
He played the last season of his career with Cleveland with significant injuries. I don't know if you recall, he was wearing some sort of not a flak jacket, but some sort of a harness on his shoulder.
Right.
Most quarterbacks probably couldn't even enter the game.
All right, so what do you think of this game this week? Who are they playing?
Whoever they play, I want them to vanquish that team. I would personally like to see Mayfield.
Sports show
I'd like to see Mayfield
who they play?
Take that team to the championship.
All right, the producer's there. He's getting out his big. Lions. Oh, the Lions. Whoa, I think that's I tell you what, I'm going 20 on that.
Well, the game is obviously his game is obviously
Baker's going to throw interceptions and choke like he
I
did
think
in the past.
that Detroit has a stadium that's covered by a roof, so there won't be any weather factors. I would really like to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win the game. Detroit is another team they've never even been to the Super Bowl in all the years since 1967. That's a team a lot of people are favoring, but I would like to have the Buccaneers win the game. But to analyze it, very difficult game to analyze.
Now we got the Bills against Kansas City in Buffalo. What do you think of that?
That's a rematch of a game that's occurred many times previously.
I can't stand Kansas City. They're hot dogs. Let Josh Allen win something.
Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes for the fifth time?
Yeah.
Well, the weather's going to be a factor, and more than likely going to be turnovers, and probably the team that can run the ball. It's very difficult to pass a football in that type of condition. I don't really have an extended forecast for the weather there, but not going to be 75 degrees and sunny. I think it's probably the Buffalo Bills. They've fallen so many years in a row. I think they're going to reign
20,000 on the Buffalo Bills. I'm going the other way. I'm going
the Kansas City
Patrick
Chiefs.
Mahomes, because I'm just a hunky cracker white boy. I've never played football. I just pretend I know what I'm talking about. All right, we're going to cut. We're going to go to the Cavs now. Cavs. All right, hey, we're back. We just had to go to the bar, get some shots of whiskey, absinthe, and I guess we also had
strychnine with hemlock poisoning.
Oh, okay, good. That's
put
good.
That in your glass.
I had some goat's milk in a wooden drinking vessel, blessed by a rabbi. It was really good and nutritious. Okay,
do you have that funnel?
I got the funnel.
Injection? What about the Prolixin injection?
We got a special guest today to bet on the games. But either way, let's get back to reality here, which our life revolves around, which is sports. Okay, the Cavs. What do you think? What's up? How are they doing? I got to get my shades.
The Cavaliers, this is January 18th, 2024.
Get it together, man. Guys going to see it.
Yeah. Those cornflakes, you laced them with phenylcyclic
Come on, cracker boy, hunky man.
Now,
come on.
The Cavaliers currently are, I believe, 24 and 15. They played 39 games, getting to the halfway point of 41. They haven't quite played 41 yet. 2 more games, the halfway point of the season. The Cavaliers are currently with they have a 6-game winning streak. And that's without Darius Garland, without Evan Mobley. So conventional wisdom is either they're playing very weak teams, and they played the Bucks without Antetokounmpo yesterday, or they're playing well without these two players that maybe they're expendable. I don't really know.
Players are Trump fans.
They have won 6 consecutive games. Jared Allen is starting to become a potential for a all-star center backup role to Embiid and Adebayo, but I believe he has 10 consecutive games where he's had double figures in points and rebounds. The record for the Cavaliers is 11. So with 2 more excellent games, he will eclipse the record of so-called double figures in rebounds and scoring. I can't say any negative comment about the Cavaliers. They've won 6 games in a row. They're right now in the 4th position in the Eastern Conference.
All right, what's their next game?
Well, they're going to play another game against the Milwaukee Bucks, and Antetokounmpo will play in a game against the Orlando Magic.
That's that freak kid that's like 7 feet tall?
Antetokounmpo, I think he's 6'11", 6'10", 6'11".
That guy's a giant.
He's a big fella.
Andre the Giant,
and he's I think, from my estimation, he's the finest player in the NBA. Some people think Jokic and Embiid, but I think Antetokounmpo.
So what's the bet then? Who are you calling on this one? We got a lot of money here. We got to get the bets into those bookies. Bet 365.
Well, you flip a coin 6 times in a row. You get heads, the binomial expansion, 1/2 to the 6th power. If the games are 50-50 chances, they've won 6 games in a row. Sooner or later, they're going to start losing some games. That's a pretty sizable winning streak. Although the Orlando Magic had a 9-game winning streak early in the season.
Well, we got to tell people.
I have a feeling that the Cavaliers are going to have justice when they play the Bucks. They lost to the Cavaliers by 40 points. Yes, 40 points. They were 135-95. The Bucks are going to definitely avenge that loss. I don't mean definitely. It's not fait accompli. These are future events, but there's a very good likelihood. Cavaliers play very poorly against the Orlando Magic. They have some players that the Cavaliers, Paolo Banchero, they can't neutralize him, Franz Wagner. Very, very difficult time defending those players. And that game is in Orlando. They have a pretty fair team. They could very well lose their next 2 games. I hope not, but...
Well, what's the bet? How much you want to bet on the game there, buddy?
I don't like betting against the Cavaliers. I would probably bet on the money line.
How much? I got the money here.
Well, the 2 teams they're going to be playing are favored to win, which means the money line, if you were to bet, say, $100 on the Cavaliers, you might get $140 back.
Oh,
so I will bet. So I'm not going to bet on the Cavaliers to win outright.
Money line.
I'm going to bet on the money line.
30,000 sound good?
Because I don't know. No, money line would be I'm thinking they're going to win. I'm going to take the point spread, just the opposite.
Okay.
I'm sorry, my thought process was stilted a bit. I think that the Bucks and the Orlando Magic, and if they're playing another team, I apologize. I don't think they are. I don't have a schedule in front of me. Just the Hawks. They play the Hawks.
Hawks. Okay, what's the spread?
The Atlanta Hawks. That's in Atlanta.
Atlanta Hawks Cavs game spread.
We want to look at the point spread, and I think it's fairly close.
4 points favorite. Cavs are 4-point favorites.
Well,
237 is over under.
Right. That's pretty enticing. I'd have to see the injury report. I don't know exactly who's playing. I don't have a strong feeling one way or the other, but I would like to think the Cavaliers, lucky 7 in dice. That's usually lucky if you're betting with the dice. Betting against it, it's obviously not. But roll the 7. I hope the 7th consecutive victory, and Allen has another double-double, as it's called, and the Cavaliers to reign victorious over the Hawks.
And the other exciting news is, guess who might be coming back? Leslie LeBron. How long's he been gone for now? How many years?
Who's that?
LeBron. LeBron.
Oh, it's been since 2018.
He
played his last game.
That's the inside scoop. He's coming back with his son next year. There you go.
Well,
That's what
I
got.
don't-
Of course,
I
he
don't
backs
think
China,
so.
man. All these guys back China because China really, where's the money at here? Okay, we're going to take a break and we're going to come back for our betting corner. Okay, sound good there, Professor Tiddlywinks? We got some
Copacetic.
bettors in the house. Okay, sounds good. Okay, we got another guest coming in. It's our bet corner, Professor Tiddlywinks. This is a special guest. Hold on a second. I don't know what's going on in here. Get away from me, Stopper.
Oh my God!
I made him free, man.
What?
I can't cuss him. I'm going to break these out.
I can't believe this. What? Who are you? What? You need a shot of Loxapine.
Oh, man, I went crazy. The Browns lost last week.
This guy needs some liquid
My whole
Thorazine
life fell apart.
injections.
My wife left me, my kids. I lost my job. I drank a bottle of whiskey and ended up on the train track.
Who are you supposed to be, Hannibal
I've been
Lecter?
committed to the mental institution because the Browns did this to me.
Now, you're not going to believe this, but this used to be one of the most reputable individuals in the entire Ohio area. This fella is better known than the people that are the illustrious people, the Ratner family, the Wexners. This fella is a multi-billionaire, but he's lost all his money.
I lost all the Browns. Now look,
He's an inveterate gambler.
they gave me a bunch of drugs in that place. What would they have given me, Professor Tiddlywinks?
Phenylhexylpiperidine. I don't know what you've had. Tribeta-methyl-hydroxypentadrone. I don't really know for
that's
sure.
What they do. They injected this.
But they give you some tranylcypramine. I don't know what kind of injections you
Oh,
had.
my goodness me. Well, either way, I
Right
busted
now,
out. I made it here to
I
make a bet.
recommend that you have a very, very fine dose of Geodon mixed with Zyprexa and some haloperidol.
I got all my commissary money.
You
man.
need
They
to
had me
have some
counting back up, man. I
tranylcypramine.
tell you what, man, those brothers are tough down there. They were.
We need
I
to
got
have
my
a
bitch.
heavy dose of
What the
liquid
hell, man?
Thorazine shots mixed with
Hey.
stelazine and some clozapine.
Okay,
as
I'll
well.
tell you what. I got a bunch of money from the other insane asylum inmates here. We're going to bet now. The
How
big
did
game,
you lose all of your money? I
We're going
recognize
on
who
the
you are
playoffs for
behind
all the
that
games
mask.
you tell us on the radio here, whatever we're doing with. And I got to get some medical
We have a
marijuana,
way
man. It's
to
all legal,
portend the
brother,
future.
man. Whoa!
We have a way and a method to devise that will portend future events.
Oh, yeah?
Although you don't believe it, we will prove to you that we will know what will occur in the future. We will predict
really?
future events, events that have not occurred yet, in sporting events that are not fixed, they're not rigged, they're not staged like wrestling, and we will let people know based on the timestamp of this telecast or
Yeah.
broadcast exactly what's going to happen many hours, many days prior to the time of the event. What do you say to that?
I say you're crazy like me, boy, because you can lose everything. Bet 365, man. I know, man. I lost it all, brother.
The
I ended up in my car, sleeping
phenylcyclohexapaparidine
in the
is
woods.
taking its effect on you, your mind, the neurotransmitter chemicals of the brain. The
I got to
twisting-
get out of here, man. Here come the cops. I got to go.
Holy smoke.
Where the hell am I? Okay. Hey, can somebody talk so I can find my way? I'm blind as a bat.
My
I'm 10
goodness
years
gracious.
old. Oh, okay, here we go.
Who are you, sir?
Oh, I'm here to...
Please identify
I
yourself.
was on your show last
Please,
week, and I didn't really...
Make
Work
sure
out
that
too
stick,
good.
that stick is dangerous
I've
looking.
been on
I
the
don't want to get
Brownies.
hit by that stick.
Oh, look at that fancy
Whoa,
cable.
that's,
You got a great production house.
That
Oh,
could
what
be
is it?
considered a very
Oh,
dangerous
here we go.
weapon.
Okay.
Be careful. Now, what do you have to say? What do you have to offer to this
Okay,
show?
well, I'm here.
All five
I'm gonna
people
tell
that are
ya.
watching, all
Okay, I
five
gave up on
mannequins.
the Browns. The Browns suck. It's the same old Brownies. God dang it. I lost all my money. Now I can't even
Oh,
afford
your
real
money,
books.
what would that entail?
Okay.
Encompass about
I
50
know about
cents?
the
How much
Cavs.
money do you have,
Feel
mister?
this guy. Oh, that's LeBron. God damn, he's coming back. I got a good feeling. I'm praying in church.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
coming. He's coming
here's
back
what's gonna go on.
get his number retired. Number whatever it was at the time, number 30 to
Here's
23.
what's going to go on. When you go to the games, I can't see anything. I listen. You got to listen to the squeaking of the tennis shoes. The more squeak, the more points. You got to know what I'm talking about. It's the tennis shoe squeaking factor. You can hear the inside cuts, how they cut, how they get the ball, the way the ball hits the rim. I can hear that too.
Right,
I predict
your sense
the Cavs
is
are
the
gonna go
acuity.
all the way this year. The
What
Cavs
you're
are going to
telling
win the
me,
World
sir,
Championship.
is
and
the
LeBron's coming
acuity
back.
of your senses has now been given to the olfactory and the hear the auditory
I'm
senses.
trying to get a brain
Well, you
transplant.
basically
Eyeball transplant.
don't have the sense of sight,
Okay,
so you
I can't
listen.
feel. Is this money? Oh, I can
Yeah.
feel it. I can feel it. Oh,
You need some very, very.
Is it alive?
You need some
Okay.
definite medical
All right, I'm gonna make a
intervention,
bet.
sir.
I'm gonna make a bet. I'm gonna bet all this money
know.
on the table. How much is this? Can you count it, sir, for me?
Well, yes, there's $222,000
Okay,
here.
I'm betting it all.
Did you get that from Walter White? Where did you get this money?
Yeah, the guy's a meth manufacturer.
Well,
Okay, he gave us some and helped my eyesight for a little bit. Okay.
Well, now, I have a very, very well-known physician that's an ophthalmologist now. He wasn't a few weeks ago. His name was Dr. George Anthony Bertolin. He would like to perform an ophthalmologic procedure on your eyes.
Corneal transplant. I need a transplant.
You need a double corneal transplant, yes.
Okay.
I have the money available, and the surgical procedure will take place today. Are you ready to get strapped down for surgery?
Okay, well, let me get out of here.
We're going to take some surgical cuts into that ophthalmic
My
region.
colonoscopy bag is filling up here. I got to go empty this bad boy.
Boy, oh my goodness gracious.
Thanks for letting me
I
be on the
can't.
show. I appreciate it.
Oh my God, my nose hairs are on fire. I can't believe it. This man here.
Hello, I've been invited here by the podcasters to talk about the Cavaliers and all sorts of sports. Well, me and my LGBTQ grouping, we lost a lot of money on the Browns based on your recommendations.
Are you a man or are you a lady? You have very nice looking, delicate hands, those pink gloves.
To protect my identity.
Well, you're a very, you're a very
intriguing
intriguing looking chap. I would like to know.
Biden, but also,
But let me ask you.
support this guy, Mr. Trump. I mean,
I have to ask. I implore you. I implore you, sir, madame, whoever you are.
Pinky
I have an infrared sauna in my illustrious residence, and you're a very attractive looking creature.
Pinky Charles in here.
I have some individuals that would like to meet with you.
When I have a sip of this, they said it's a man spirit, but I don't know about that.
You have a very
Really, I mean, it's so silly.
Are you a
But back to
madam?
brass tacks now.
I have to know. Are you
this weekend?
are you a lady? Or are you a man? A
Oh,
fellow?
I go both ways.
You
No,
have-
I'm going to see all the
Are you a
men around this
hermaphrodite?
weekend.
I don't quite understand the way in which you're speaking.
That's okay. I'm going to
You're
see all
very
the big men
attractive.
running around this weekend, so I have to make a bet now. I'll come to you, Professor Tiddlywinks.
Well, I
Me and
have
my
the
groupie
knowledge.
break
I have
flag lollipop
the.
lickers.
I
We
certainly
wanna
have
know.
the knowledge and the understanding to tell you the right way in which to bet.
Okay, Mr.
I
Professor, you
believe.
speak very highly
Now,
of
let me
people.
ask you a question.
Yes,
How
sir.
much money can you afford to lose, and how much money can you afford to lose?
Right here, there seems to be $70,000 on the table.
$70,000. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have 0 or would you rather have 70,000? Would you rather have your
I
bank?
got a big collection up at the
I
TikTok
think that if
bar
you,
in Lakewood, I think it's called. They
my
have a real nice
logic
down there.
is, you can save $70,000 by not wagering the money. $70,000 is more than 0 because whomever you wager it on, there's a very good likelihood you could lose all of it. Did you ever think of that?
Okay.
That's a lot of money to wager.
I'm going to buy a pink
Let me ask you a question.
Okay, now look.
You seem to be a very bright, intellectual individual. I think I recall you from Harvard class of
Yes,
91 or
I graduated
92.
Harvard, went to
You
MIT, and then I went to
Right.
Oxford. So
Yeah,
I'm
it
well
sure
read,
looks like-
well versed in many different things here. I invented sodium deoxide.
You obviously are very, very wealthy. You have a lot of money.
no, I'm not.
And
I'm very poor.
you're not a parsimonious chap in the least bit. The eleemosynary to these betting firms, you don't want to lose it. How did you
my
earn your
hero
money?
now is Bruce Jenner.
I need
Okay,
to
now
know
look.
how you earned
Let's
your
get back
money.
to reality, buddy boy.
Did you earn your money? Did you inherit
You
it?
got this.
Did you
What's
win
going
lottery
on here,
tickets?
huh?
Who is this? What is this
Pinky
creature?
Jarlson. It's a
Pinky
mascot.
Jarlson? Who is that?
Well, see, LeBron
Is this
wants to
your
ride
illegitimate
high.
father here? What?
Pinky, look at LeBron. He's right now. Pinky
Now
Jarlson.
you're being
Oh, no.
totally, absolutely
You can't insult
ridiculous.
people with that now. It's all
I
funny.
can't understand the way
Okay,
in which
who's
you're
the bet on there,
behaving
big boy?
yourself.
Come on, Professor Tiddlywinks.
$70,000
On
you
who?
have.
The Cavs?
We're
Or
going
who
to
they
bet.
playing tomorrow?
They're playing the Atlanta Hawks.
Atlanta Hawks.
If you bet $70,000 on the Cleveland Cavaliers to win on the money line, does that mean you would get $70,000 back, or slightly less than $70,000?
I don't know. That's too complicated for me to figure out. I don't
Or if
gamble.
you take the point spread, and the Cavaliers, I believe, are favored after a 6-game winning streak, then you get all the $70,000 back plus another $140,000. So my question to you, let's just say it's 50-50.
Yes.
Would you rather, you're very, very wealthy, would you rather have a 50% chance of having $140,000 or a 50% chance of having $0 and retaining the $70,000? So you tell me. It's just like that television show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You can risk it all, or the fifth grader show. You can risk it all, but you already have $100,000. You can risk it to get $1 million. Are you willing to take the risk?
Yes,
Well,
I am. Now, the active football
all right.
here,
I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs because Taylor Swift really speaks highly of us as a group and the people.
Well, I think that you are wrong.
I must go with Travis Kelce's a big guy, and I don't Taylor.
He's a big guy. Have you ever seen him in a bathhouse?
No, but he did go to Cleveland Heights down here.
You have very, very strong feelings and affections and affinity for Travis Kelce, I understand.
Well, they're big boys. There's a lot of big boys this week.
They're very muscular men. I think you like the muscular type of fellows, correct?
Baker, I've always liked Baker. He's quite a macho kind of guy.
Well, he's a very squat fellow.
For the Tampa Bay
I would say the Buffalo Bills, I believe, are going to win. I want the Tampa Buccaneers. I want them to teach the Cleveland Browns a lesson. Baker Mayfield really had a very raw deal. He was very much injured and hurt, and they basically cast him aside like an old shoe. And I want that team to win the championship. I don't think they have the makeup necessarily and the other parts and components of the team to win a championship. But if this were fantasy and not reality, I would certainly want them to win. The Lions are going to be a difficult team.
Well, I got to get back to the baker. I got to go put the pink frosting on the cupcakes.
Why do you wear such? What happened to your brains? I don't understand what happened to this man. Holy smokes!
All right, man, I'm back here. I'm Johnny Billy Bob to the fourth. Okay, I represent. You know what? I'm dark colored here. I'm not saying
good afternoon, Leroy.
But look, man, you got to get ready. What, dude? What is that, man? That ain't manly. And what I do, we don't be drinking that, man.
Mr. Sambo, Mr. Leroy, excuse me.
Have that kind of beer in front of me, brother.
You're my good friend. I've known you for many years now.
Now.
Where did I meet you? Did I meet you in the Westchester Insane Asylum?
University.
Did you Morehouse
College, man? I'm a smart dude. Bill Cosby's
You're from Howard University, right?
You know what I'm talking about.
Were you the provost at Howard University?
Okay, let's get down to the games now, my man. I need some advice here.
Money.
This is all the money I got from my brothers and sisters. So what are we
I
going to do?
will only give you accurate advice.
What are we going to do?
The Buffalo Bills ravaged the Kansas City Chiefs.
Bills. All right, now what are you saying with
the Detroit Lions and the Baker Mayfield Tampa Bay Buccaneers? I want the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win. I'm going to will them to victory.
Okay.
The Green Bay Packers and the 49ers. Jordan Love. You love Jordan Love, right? You like him, but that's okay. Then the other game. There's another game as well. Baltimore Ravens. Look for the Baltimore Ravens to vanquish C.J. Stroud and try to
Texans.
Neutralize what happened there. Yeah.
Now who do we got?
That's about it.
No, there's one more.
What other game is there? Am I missing a game?
What?
I think I'm going to be 100% accurate and correct. What about you, sir? Mr. Sambo, what do you have to say?
Flag, what's up? You traded. He's
You're
a trader, man. He is a trader.
You're a very odd-looking man.
Yeah, well, Chinese, they run it all, boy. He's been paid for all this table, man, even this shit.
Where did you learn how to speak English?
I'm not saying it's going to be the Huff Riots.
When you speak German at all.
Okay, so
yes, sir.
The Cavs game, brother. Now, I play basketball.
Yes,
you know
Mr. Brother,
man?
yes, brother.
90% of us are on
Are you my brother?
Yeah, well,
you're my brother's keeper, are you?
No, it's
you
okay,
are.
man.
You look very nice.
My name is Milford.
I have a very difficult time just gazing at your countenance.
The Cavs, man. I know they're going to make the World Series here or whatever.
Well, they've won 6 consecutive games, now about 7 consecutive games.
So they're going to lose.
The Atlanta Hawks. No, they're going to win. They're going to beat the Atlanta Hawks.
All right, and then finally,
they'll probably end up losing by 40.
They're playing the Bucks now. You know who owns the Bucks?
The Bucks. Haslam, I think.
Yeah, Haslam, my man.
The wealthy guy from Eastern Tennessee.
He pays us well, man.
The guy that bankrupted Pilot Filing J.
Pays us well. Me and my boys on the
lawsuits.
team, man. So what are we saying here? What are we saying? Who are you calling for the game against Milwaukee?
You mean the Cavaliers against? Well, unfortunately, the Cavaliers, they beat them by 40 points last time. I don't see that happening in Milwaukee. That game, unfortunately,
phone's ringing.
Unfortunately, the motivation.
Okay, I got to go see my probation officer.
That was old-fashioned. Take them out to the wood. I took off my ankle
monitor, man. I got some troubles. Okay, all right. Thanks, Leroy. Okay, you and Tyrone. I'll talk to you later, man. All right, go ahead.
They were flogged out at the woodshed. The Bucks lost by 40 points. They're fit to be tied.
All right.
They will try to vanquish the Cavaliers and overwhelm them. So I think the win streak will probably get snapped.
50,000 on the Bucks.
The Buccaneers.
The
Buccaneers, and I want the Milwaukee Bucks. I like the Cavaliers to win the game, but by goodness gracious, they played without Anderson Cooper.
All right, let's wrap this up now. Look, everybody.
George Niang had 33 points.
Disclaimer. We do this in fun. It's for family and friends. We're not making fun of everybody. We have
No. Why don't you say it?
We have
a very
gay friends, lesbian friends, every kind of friend. We're all good. We're just making fun. We're having a good time. So everybody.
A very
just
wealthy,
funny
eccentric
games, man, okay? It ain't real.
a very
Except
wealthy,
if you win your
eccentric
bet.
individual
So
that
that's
backs
it.
a very, very
That's our second
a large
podcast. We're going to
enterprise.
put in some other parts of our podcast from betting last week. Our production guy here, Billy Bob Thornton.
I understand you're
gonna
getting
handle it,
paid a
and it's
lucrative
good.
amount of money, a
Yeah,
very
we got no
handsome
sponsors.
sum.
We don't need them. We self-finance this joke. All right, thanks everybody. Have a good day. Go teams and go Cavs.
Go where?
All right, thank you. That's it.
Win.
Wrap. Okay, we're
Vanquish the enemy.